Sir Kobottomsworth might be the richest boy in all of Canady. Born the son of billionaire tycoon Logness Kobottomsworth, Sir would often be left at home with his butler. But he didn't mind. He chilled. He kicked back. He liked to often invite his friends over for dinner or supper or just a good time. Sir Kobottomsworth mostly lived alone with his butler, named Butler. Butler took care of most everything, the food, opening the door for people, especially his friends. Mr. and Mrs. Mingle Shrimp would often stop by, sometimes without permission, followed by Owless, Miss Owless. She was a regular as well, at the Bottomsworth estate. Sir Kobottomsworth was definitely one for style. He liked to have his friends over and dress to the nines, although he didn't like shoes. Just wasn't his thing, no big deal. It was his place, he could do whatever he wanted to. He was just really happy to have Mr. and Mrs. Mingle Shrimp, as well as Miss Owless, once again, for dinner. But on this day, it was mostly Miss Owless that was searching for the ear of Sir Kobottomsworth. You see, she wanted to change the neighborhood, and so she was running for head librarian at the Owl Factory. She knew she already had the votes of Mr. and Mrs. Mingle Shrimp, but Sir Kobottomsworth held a certain stature in the neighborhood and would definitely help her win this journey. And so they toasted. Cheers, they said. Cheers to change in the neighborhood. Just then, right in the middle of Miss Owless's conversation with Sir, they were rudely interrupted by an uninvited guest.
I've told you guys time and time again that squirrels need houses. They have no houses, they're homeless squirrels, and they are needing houses. I know this is an important issue in the neighborhood.
Randall was easily the biggest supporter of those squirrely squirrels that lived in the neighborhood, and he felt they deserved to have a home. Did they work for a living? No, they didn't do anything but squirrel around, but he felt everybody should be paying for their magical little houses. And of course, how would they do this? By taxing the people of Canady for all of the candy that they consumed. While Sir Kobottomsworth was not exactly a huge fan of Rangle's style of party-crashing ways, he was very concerned about the squirrels and did want to hear him out. Just then there was a knock at the door. It was none other than Simon and his gorilla. Although these were invited guests, and they were excited to be a part of the party. Of course, Simon was extremely outspoken as well, and has his opinions and definitely expressed them, as well as Gorilla. Gorilla would agree.
I think we should have a dress code in this neighborhood.
Both Simon and Gorilla had extreme opinions when it came to dressing up to the nines. While Sir Kobottomsworth was also a big fan of dressing to the nines, he also knew that it was important that each individual had their own style and the ability to dress however they wanted to.
I do remember a special time when all of the people here in Canady got along great and everybody loved
We always got along great with everyone, never argued with anyone.
No.
We always loved being at parties like this.
Well, we never were interrupted by people talking about squirrels, that's for sure. We knew we didn't have to worry about squirrel crashing party.
Well, you could say that again. It just never happened like that when...
It shouldn't happen now, ever. No one should...
Just then, dinner was served, and so Sir Kobottomsworth was hoping that Mr. and Mrs. Mingle Shrimp would be calmed by the meal, and that the meal could be shared by all of those at the table, and that hopefully the neighborhood could sort of somehow start to feel as if they were really a part of each other's community. Some kind of a gathering like this could do wonders for the neighborhood. Let's face it. Sir Kobottomsworth was a candy man. He believed that everything could change in the right mind with a little bit of candy. And so, because of this, he would buy all sorts of candy. I mean, he had plenty of money. He had all the money he could imagine, and he just realized that bringing people together and giving them a little candy, it could kind of make things different. You know, that he would just She loved having people over, and he would just like, here, have some candy. And the thing is, everybody seemed to really get along better with candy, and that was the thing. He knew everything was gonna be better, so he would just give it out like it was candy, and he would just say, here you go, have some candy. I bought another pack of candy. I really admire candy. And he knew the factory workers were good people, and he knew the candy makers were good people, and he knew it was supporting all this line of people who always were investing in candy, and he knew that this was going to be a prize for the community. They knew, he knew, everyone knew, and he didn't even care that Mr. Taxman over here, who wanted to tax all the candy, was in his house, because he knew the candy would make him even know that candy wasn't for taxing. You can't tax candy. Candy is for the people. Candy is what makes everything get better. Candy is what makes everyone feel jolly and loving and caring. And candy is fun. Candy is a really good time. At this point, you could tell that Simon and his gorilla were very happy with the decision that was made by Sir Kobottomsworth to get rid of Mr. Rangle. Mr. Rangle had become a real issue at this party. After all, it was obvious, right? Did you see what he was wearing, they said? Anyhow, now seemed like the perfect time to present this gift that they'd brought. They had a hunch that Sir would really like this gift. After all, they knew what he liked, they knew what he liked, and they knew what they liked. And so they presented this gift, put it down on the table, just like so, and they were ready to give this gift. Wait just a minute here. Wait till we present it to you, sir. Okay, opening of the gift, and Sir Kobottomsworth was really anxious to see what was inside of the gift, and kept on insisting that it was time. After all, it was his house, and it was time for him to open the gift that they'd given to him. And yes, and he was right. It was time. It was time to open this gift. It was time to see what was inside. It was time to open this gift. And so... No. Just give us time here. Let us open it. Let us open it. Let us open this. Let us open the gift for you, sir. Let's see if we can get Sir to take a look at this. Have a gander at this. Have a nice look at this. Take a look at this thing. It's gonna be neat. It's gonna be... This is what you like, don't you? Like this kind of thing? Don't you like this? This is another thing that you really like. You really like it. I know you do. You love this. You like candy. And it was true. He really, really liked candy. And this candy made him very happy. He was very pleased indeed. At this point, Simon and his gorilla definitely knew they had made the right choice. They had chosen the right candy, and that Sir was very pleased. Sir made this obvious as well, gave the candy to his butler, and butler put the candy away for later. This would make for an excellent snack. At this point, Sir knew he was surrounded by some of the greatest friends that he could ever want to have. But you know what the real bottom line is? Rangle didn't care if he got kicked out of anywhere. The thing is, I think he was 3 parts crazy. He would just sneak into the back of your place and grab himself a little dip. Nothing scared him. Maybe that's why he liked the squirrels so much. They were wild, he was wild. He didn't care at all that he didn't have any pool in his house. And he knew. He did. He knew it in his heart that both he and the squirrels deserved a little something more, even if they had to get out there and take it for themselves. Yeah, Rangle was a wild kid in the neighborhood. He had wild eyes and he had wild dreams. And nothing was going to hold him back if he really thought about it. And honestly, I think he had a lot of confidence that he was going to get them houses built for them squirrels. I think he could do anything he put his mind to. At this point in the evening, I'm pretty sure that everybody knew the party was about to come to an end, but hey, it was a heck of a party. They all had a good time. There were some ups and downs, of course, but all parties have ups and downs, and this one was mostly ups. They knew that Sir had put on a heck of a wild whopper, and they knew he was always there for them if they needed. They were friends, pals, buds. They would be friends and pals and buds for years and years to come, and they knew it. They were neighbors. They were a community. They loved hanging out together. They enjoyed a nice party. And with that, both Butler and Sir Kobottomsworth said their goodbyes for the evening to their good friends from the neighborhood. And at 11:47 p.m. at night, Sir Kobottomsworth finally decided it was time to retire and head to the bedroom. But not before a midnight snack. Butler always seemed to be there for him at every time he needed. He was grateful for Butler's care. And so after a brief ruffling of the pillows and tucky-tuck in, Butler decided to let Sir take his rest. And after a long day and a lot of thought, Sir came up with the perfect idea. He would donate $6.7 million to the Squirrel Housing Foundation after all. It wasn't Rangle, really. It was just his love for everyone. Even the squirrels and all the other wild ones deserved a place to be at night. They deserved houses just as much as the next fella. And as far as that candy tax, well, he had the money to take care of that. There would be no candy tax in this area. No, there would only be the enjoyment of good, luscious, yummy candy.